Hello, what is up ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Mighty the Armadillo here, and I am from the likes of the Mexi Toys videos, as always. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Wario Land 3 for the Game Boy Color. So last time we basically just managed to able to went into some new levels, and also we did manage to able to once again collect, I believe we still managed to collect about 10 treasures, I'm presuming so already. So either way though, and I suppose today for this video is the fact that we're about to be moving on to the next few levels that we're might as well able to go back into, and eventually we're able to actually unlock some, what else, even more levels to top it off. So, I believe we'll hit back onto the forms of, well, let's just say we'll hit it back onto, Bank of the Wild River, so that means we can now able to do some more things in this particular stage. So rather than going all the way to the right, instead we now need to approach to the left side. So because of that, that way we can able to actually just discover buddy forms of the next colored key. Although we were expecting to able to actually see the forms of another key to deal with, but we'll go for this route first, and well, there's not much else to say, honestly. So, and of course, in this part right there is the fact that we need to avoid, you know, a lot of waterfalls, and especially noticeable with some of these water drops from the ceiling. So, either way though, because chances are I think Vampire Wario is required in order to able to actually just to reach certain places and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's got to be very careful not to able to get touched by these little things itself, and this is where we come across into ourselves the blue key route. And, which I was quite surprised about, because usually, relatively speaking, we were expecting to be able to stumble across the, well, let's just say the green key route, but, ultimately speaking, it's just the fact that we actually stumbled across the blue key route instead. So, because of that, it doesn't really matter, honestly, just because, obviously, that we have to focusing on other stuff throughout. So, anyway, so let's just go ahead and avoid a lot of fire, so just in case we don't able to actually get disturbed by certain stuff, and we have to pick up these, this rock, and we can able to actually just use it to, what else, destroy these particular enemy-like blocks, like, for instance, these things here. So, yeah, it should be easy and self-explanatory, and we can able to get burned by the flames, and as soon as we're able to actually just to go ahead and, okay, so we need to be very careful not to get hit by that little drip drop, because obviously if you do somehow manage to get hit by the forms of that particular water drop from any ceilings, then you'll eventually go back into its normal form. So because of that, although the only reason why we're going to be able to get into Flammable Wario because of that blue chest, as you see. So either way though, yeah, self-explanatory, and it doesn't do anything at all for the sake of the actual level changes, but that's okay, because we can probably head over to, the Pool of Rain next. So, because since that, you know, that particular platform is now rised up, so that means we can now able to do some more things on that place. So, not much else to talk about, I'm afraid, guys, apart from the fact that today's day is, of course, the 16th of September today, in this case in 2021 today, and, I suppose I should probably mention about this right now, that one of those episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Season 2, specifically, Return of Harmony Part 1, is gonna be 10 years old by the time it's all tomorrow. So because of that, I think I'll let some Toys else get able to mention more about that episode, after about 10 years of the release, until whenever they go back into Banjo-Tooie at some point tomorrow. So because of that though, and this is where we stumbled across the blue key route, so once again, that we're able to actually just to go ahead and deal with all that stuff. I think this might actually be the last treasure that we might consider getting, for the sake of the Pool of Rain, and once we're done with the Pool of Rain, then we can pretty much guarantee to move on to the next couple of levels to revisit it, or especially noticeable, we can probably hit into the forms of the next new levels occasionally, so, but I digress. And I suppose that's pretty much as far as I can say about this for the most part, because obviously I've already explained about this enough, and especially noticeable that I'm pretty sure that some Toys has already mentioned about these kind of few things and tips and bobs and tricks, or anything else to be more specific, whatever you want to be more precise with, that, you know, ever since in Banjo-Tooie Let's Play. So, yeah, you get the idea about that. So, anyways, we need to let this guy come through, and because that since we need able to become, like, Blimp Wario, or Puffed Up Wario, for able to go up there, by able to actually stumble across the blue chest. So, yeah, it should be easy. So, well, assuming if you need to clear out, you know, a lot of enemies, and as well as a lot of blocks, so, yeah, that pretty much summarized as such. So, there we go, we got ourselves the yellow crayon, and because since we actually got ourselves our next crayon, so this means you're pretty much almost gonna completely done with the forms of that particular segment over there, which we'll point it out whenever we're able to talk more about it, until whenever we're able to continue collecting more of those crayons. Although, kind of think about it, I think we've only got about 4 more crayons to go, because with these arrows in mind, that, actually I'll get into more now in a moment, because we'll hit back into Sea Turtle Rocks, again now. So that means we can now able to actually get into this area specifically. So because of this though, I think the chest we're about to be aimed for next is, the green chest. So, because if we are most able to try to solve this little, things correctly, then you would be able to actually solve this, no problem. So, in this part is the fact that we have to able to do a rolling kind of, jumping, timing thing and what have you, and then when you're able to do that, then you would be able to actually just to, like, go in both directions. Like, the ones we got to aim for first of all, that we need to aim for that green key first, and, after we're done with that, then, well, obviously we can able to go after the chest itself. So, and of course you see that little room over there that we've managed to able to bypass through. We can't do anything in there at the moment because, unfortunately though, we can't able to actually enter the door when it's, like, still in darkness. So, because of this though, like this for example, that if I was gonna able to hit back into that... Oh, okay. I keep on screwing things up with the actual jumps and what have you, but that's okay because we can just succeed from this point. Yeah, there's nothing we can do in that room because obviously we do need to get that specific item in order able to actually just to see that particular door. And I believe that door on the forms of that previous room that we went to, I'm assuming that pretty much leads us to the final chest, which is the blue chest. So, yeah, that's nothing worth classifying for mentioning this. So, either way though, so yeah, we're pretty much done there. And since we actually got ourselves the second sun piece, and this will allow the owl to be awakened. Well, it only triggers if you're managed able to set this in daytime. So this means we can finally do some more stuff in the colossal hole, as well as the forms of, you know, Castle of Illusions. Oh, and also about the fact that, oh, we can hit back into the frigid sea as well. So, yeah, you have to able to actually get those 2 pieces of the sun, combine them together, and that way we can now able to experience the daytime levels in the east portion. So, because of that, yeah, because apparently I made that mistake in the last video, that's saying about the fact that, well, we wish if we can able to actually just to set this in daytime in every single of those east portions of levels, but apparently I have to able to actually get 2 pieces of the sun pieces and stuff like that. So once you deal with all that, then you can finally able to do some more things in the east world. So yeah, this is how the owl plays out. If you guys remember from the likes of Wario Land 2, you can still able to once again catch a ride on new forms of the owl. And except the fact that, well, it only requires daytime, by the way, in order to able to catch a ride with, well, the owl itself. So even then, though, I will have to admit, though, right away, is the fact that sometimes the owl itself in this game can be a bit difficult to control in this game. Although, because I'm pretty much used to with Wario Land 2 counterparts of the actual owl for that particular character. But regardless of everything else, though, is the fact that the reason why we ended up in here is because of that green chest route. So, but of course, we do need able to become Flammable Warrior again. Like, I think you have to do this twice, by the way. One for the green key, and the other one for the, well, for the green chest itself. So, either way, though, hopefully we would be able to actually just to deal with all that. So, anyways, let's go ahead and... Ah, oh, son of a biscuit. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, you got to do it twice. So, that's something worth classifying for noticing this. So... Alright, come on, son. Just burn me. Burn me. Thank you. So this is all gonna be all around timing, by the way, because if you time it wrong enough, then you're probably guaranteed able to get screwed. But luckily, that I've somehow managed to do this on the first attempt. So, but again, it's all about timing, because obviously if you don't manage to able to become flammable during in time though, then obviously that you might able to actually redo that particular segment again. So, and look, we got ourselves a Pegasus Boots from the sake of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. But it turns out this is actually another power-up, and this power-up will allow you to able to jump higher now. So this means that dealing with a lot of like tedium will no longer become a thing anymore. So yeah, that's actually pretty awesome and top-notch. Especially noticeable if you want able to reach certain places, then you can now. So in this case, we'll head back into the grasslands, as well as the Sacred Swamp, and also Cave of Flames. Awesome. But of course, we're not going to go ahead in those levels just yet, though, because, gotta think about it, though. I think we should probably go ahead and head back into the Frigid Sea, but first of all, let me change this into daytime. So this means we can now able to actually deal with, I would say, the final treasure in this level. And this means, about the fact the matter is, though, is that, yep, the last treasure. So, in this case, the blue treasure is the only ones we need to aim for. So, because remember the forms in the nighttime on this particular level, that normally we can't go any further, just because you notice that the waterfall is actually blocked in ice. Whilst if you ever play this level in daytime, that, as you can see, we can now able to actually continue further on this particular room. So yeah, that seems pretty cool and everything. And there's the blue chest over there. So of course we do need able to become the snowball Wario in order to able to actually just to go ahead and well, roll into the forms of that particular snowman icon blocks. So, but of course there's no effective on there, sadly. But we got to find another way to able to actually just to do this by, you know, trying to find the biggest, you know, the slope, and hopefully we should able to roll down. And that way we can bust out those blocks, and hopefully, well, along with the music coin, which, again, we're probably not going to go into that particular playthrough of the music coins just yet until later on. So, anyways, we got ourselves another blue chest, and let's see what this chest contains. And it turns out it's gonna be a UFO or something like that? Yes, it should be like a UFO, which, because I can definitely tell I recognize that particular familiar item and stuff like that. So, anyway, so, I wonder what's next. Actually, no matter what, though, let's head back into, Castle of Illusions, although, kind of think about it, though, is the fact that I was expecting if I was gonna look it up on, the actual next requirement I need to go after. Actually, I might as well go and do the different level first. Mainly the grasslands, because now we can able to actually deal with, like, since we've already experienced 3 treasures so far in grasslands, which we've already got those from the very beginning. So at least thankfully we can able to actually just make things a little bit more, well, faster and agile than the likes of how it does it from last time. So anyways, let's head into here. And I believe this is where we're able to stumble across the blue chest route. So, yeah, that should be pretty much familiar for those of you who ever actually know something like this. So, anyway, so we have to watch out for these little, like, Elmo-looking, like, fellas right here. And, well, it's a good thing we actually become a bit fatter, because obviously we do need to able to actually open up the path to able to actually go down there. So, but of course we'll deal with the, actually gotta think about it. We'll let him, court me, and, oh no. Oh no, I should have paid attention to that. Especially noticeable about the fact that, wow, I think it's probably best to able to actually just to destroy that, another donut-looking, block until whenever we're able to sort this out. So, yeah, that is kind of impossible right there, but that's okay, because I can at least destroy that, so... Anyway, so let's grab this, the singular coin before we do anything. So, I think that should be okay for me. Alright, so, let's just go ahead and continue upwards here. And, yeah, we have to use the barrel, by the way, in order to be able to get rid of those Elmo-like enemies. Oh, did I seriously get rid of one already? I don't know, but, I wasn't expecting that, but, I don't know. We'll just, keep on moving and then just trying to toss it open, and, ah, dang it, I forgot about this last one over there. Oh, jeez. Sometimes it will take a while to able to actually just to lose weight, but regardless of such, we're gonna have to... Oh god, okay. Hurry up, hurry up! Okay, thank you. Hey, that does take a while, but thankfully we've somehow made it. And there's the blue key just right here, so at least we can able to use this thing to able to allow us to able to become bouncy Wario, to able to, you know, get the blue key. And I think we should be okay, so, yeah, our father must be able to know something like that, so... Anyway, so let's go ahead and, continue on here. And of course, we do need able to require a ball of string Wario transformation before we, do anything. And, it really doesn't matter about the fact that those enemies, will respawn every once in a while, so there's not much else to expect. So, come on. Thank you. That's the only thing I definitely needed. Especially... Oh, I forgot about this part. I completely forgot about this part. I'm gonna have to get rid of even more blocks in order able to actually just... Well, try to make it pass through for the actual, well, you know what I'm saying, because of that, ball of string icon and just managed to show up right there, so... Hopefully we would be able to, like, you know, do all the jobs and all that stuff, which I have no words to say about this for the most part, because, I'm afraid to tell you for this point, guys, there's not much else I can talk about, because obviously that, since that other Toy Sales has already mentioned about loads of stuff during the course of, you know, in Banjo-Tooie Let's Play, so, in addition to, you know, in Mario Party 6 Let's Play as well, so, speaking of Mario Party 6, is the fact that, obviously, Joel's going to be able to be working on, you know, the third board for the sake of this weekend, so, which should be pretty fun, though. But then again, we'll let, Joel mention more about it until when she gets back into Mario Party 6, so... Oh, I wonder what's this thing here? Which, I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be, but... Regardless of such, it might not do anything on that particular thing at all, but that's okay, because, well, we can now probably head back into Castle Evolutions, because now we can able to actually just to deal with, like, oh, jeez, some zombies are still a thing in the, Castle Evolutions level, in addition to the forms of, like, you know, despite the fact that it's in daylight and everything, but regardless of such, we still need to deal with them at this point, so... But at least we've already got ourselves the great chest in this level, so the next chest we'll probably trying to aim for is the, I want to say the red chest. So, hopefully we'll try to able to find that exponentially, so... But then again, I really do apologize for the actual lack of infos I would like to mention, because obviously that's, well, there's not much else to say. Although, apart from the fact that we've only got 8 days to go until specifically My Little Pony, A New Generation for Netflix is about to be up, so, in fact, I'll let, Jewel will mention more about it until when, you know, she gets back into Mario Party 6, but, still, that's, well, to wait and see what happens there, so... Anyways, so at least we managed to able to actually access the red chest, but now we need to able to get the key. So, I believe getting the key might actually be, well, it's not much in this section here, because obviously that's where the green chest was located, so there's nothing we need to worry about this for at the moment, so... And also because that particular, platform over there is missing, so, at least we'll be back for that until whenever we're able to, you know, explore some more places here and there. So, at least thankfully, unlike the green key, the grey, key, route, that, thankfully you don't need to worry about the forms of a bit of frustration involved. So, as a result though, that, there's nothing to worry about. So, well, except the fact the matter is though, is the fact that for those of you who are first time experiencing this stage, then as a result, that you have to deal with the forms of a lot of, like, some very, very, very annoying moments. But, anyway, I believe getting the red chest, the red key, is that we have to transform into the zombie, and if we drop down over there, oh jeez, that was pretty close, and hit into that little sunlight, and that way it allows to transform into regular Wario. And I believe the red key is going to be in this part here, so at least if we're assuming we've stumbled across into one. Ah, really? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Be that way, game. Be that way. But anyway, whatever. So I think it's probably best able to ground pound there. And, ah, darn it. Okay, whatever. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. And that is where the red key is. So, yep, the red key that we've gotten. So, now we need to head back and, well, get ourselves the red chest. So, and I think fundamentally speaking is the fact that I'm pretty sure we're on the halfway point. In terms of Wario Land 3 so far. Like, I don't know how many treasures that we've gotten at the moment, because obviously I was, lost track of myself about the fact of how many treasure chests that we've gotten through. But, either way though, it knows what it stands out to be for the sake of, like, you know, lost track of certain progressioning for a certain amount of stuff, but still. But anyways, we've managed to made it to the red chest right here. And let's see what item does it contain inside. And that's what appears to be a Flammable Torch. Seems like a cool little item to have. Oh, wait a minute. I think it will actually unlock the next level, I believe. Yep, it's gonna unlock the next level, which appears to be in this Forest Nature. In this case, Forest of Fear. And also, we can now able to actually get ourselves our fast travel back to the peaceful village. So, yeah, that seems pretty cool. So that means we can also do some more stuff in a peaceful village, but we're not going to hit it there right now, because here we go on to Forest of Fear. Now, I'm going to have to be honest for this point, this is actually one of my least favorite levels of the game. Mainly because, although the environment itself looks nice, but the only annoying thing about this level though, especially noticeable for those of you who have a first time experiencing the game, is this very annoying moment where you're gonna have to deal with a lot of navigation for this whole... Well, it's actually at the beginning, actually, that it does manage to able to give a lot of people's nerves. That's what appears to be about the fact that you have to keep on climbing through vines, and... Well, if you somehow screw this up, well, to be more specifically, the worst part about this stage for me, though, is the grey chest route, and because of that, well, getting a grey key is not so bad, but getting to the actual chest, though, is gonna be an entirely different story. And also, this place is also filled to the brim with zombies every once in a while. And, it's just the fact that you have to keep on climbing onto these vines, by the way. And also, as a result, though, if you manage to mess this up, specifically if you're trying to do the fastest method, like I was hopefully trying to do, but then if you screw up like that, then you have to do the entire climb-a-thon all over again. Completely filled to the brim with the fact that, well, you have to reach a bit higher in order able to actually just, well, make it there. And it's not easy though, because, well, sometimes it can be a bit tedious, especially noticeable if you keep on getting hit by those little spiky stuff. Especially noticeable, it's kind of annoying they have to do with that retro video game aspect with the forms of the knockback, which I think suffice to say about the fact that sometimes that knockback can be a nuisance, which is especially true on certain games out there, like Castlevania games and stuff like that. Is always going to be filled to the brim with knockback, specifically with the old school, you know, Castlevania games, as far as I'm aware. And also say applies to occasional Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and you probably get the idea about that. So yeah. Yeah, because I was expecting to be able to try to do this the normal way, but it will take forever, because as a result, I'm actually going to be constantly going to be doing the forms of the fastest method. And again, it's just you have to be super fast on this part, because, well, if you screw this up like I was going to be keep on doing, then it's going to be a lot of tedium involved. Especially noticeable about the fact that, well, you have to keep a line of the forms of you have to able to keep running, or you have to keep on going fast before that little bird decide to able... Oh, really? I was literally a meter left. Oh, jeez. Can you tell I really don't like this stage at all? And the worst part about this is the fact that you have to do this climbing vine section at the very beginning of the level, not once, not twice, not third, not 4, but 5 times we're gonna have to able to do this part, like even between the forms of the chests that we need to find and also the rest of these music coins. 5 times. You get what I'm saying here? That means if you manage to able to keep on screwing things up and you're gonna have to wait until the enemy respawns, and it's just too much, I'm telling you. It's just way too much. But thank God we managed to make it, so God, it only took me about a few minutes to able to get to this whole abomination section. But unfortunately, we're not done with the level yet, so yeah, this kind of stinks. But at the very least, we actually get ourselves this weird item right here, which I think, if I was assuming correctly, that it'll able to actually activate something a bit more. Oh, is this like a mirror? Okay, so apparently we can able to activate the. Oh, is this like a void? Oh, I see. So it's like a void that we can able to go into. The warped void. So I think we should probably hit in there next because, I got to admit though, I do like this level. Especially noticeable, it's like, visually speaking, it's interesting. And in fact, this stage does remind me of, you know, the really final chapter on Wario Land 2. That, you know, with the aesthetics is kind of similar. Except the fact that there's no Captain Syrup's treasure to be found. So, I guess that might be the only differences between the, these two levels right there, so. And of course, the main gimmick of this stage is these little, warp, points, which, if you somehow manage to get involved with the actual warp, spots, basically, it will take you to a different section, or in some cases that I somehow got screwed over at the, that particular part that, as you notice, because thanks to the forms of that particular earthquake, and because of that though, that's it actually takes you straight back into the level, so, or takes you all the way back to the beginning of the level, I should say, so. Anyway, so we do need able to get ourselves the barrel to get ourselves the grey key, and thankfully the grey chest is actually at the beginning of the level, so at least thankfully we don't need to worry about a lot of exploration to deal with. Although, I think in order to able to go back is by able to actually get into that little warp pad as I've already managed to touch from before. So, there we go. Pretty easy, self-explanatory, and you probably get the idea. And of course there's nothing we can do on the left side of the level, because obviously every time you touch these little warp stuff, then obviously it will just go all over the place when it comes to teleporting and everything, so. Anyway, so we've got ourselves this little, little wheel thing that we can able to turn. And I think this will activate the pipe onto. Oh no, we have to go back into the Forest of Fear again, aren't we? Oh, that was a lot of like, well, it's just the fact that it's like, Hari Kurama kind of syndrome or something. But I digress. Hi. But it's just the fact that it's just annoying, especially that, you know, if you really want to go for that, the great chest or a different route, you have to deal with that stuff. Especially noticeable if you're trying to go after the music coins as well. So, yeah, it's just I really do not like this level because I think it's the only level I actually really despise the most because, again, it's just a bit tedious with this beginning portion of all things, and it's just, you know, not fun at all. Definitely not that fun at all, so. Okay, there we go. Okay, so at least we made it there just fine, I hope. But still, it's just you have to do it. It's just a bit busy work on this stage, so. Alright, so here we go with this next part, and it looks like that we do definitely need, I would classify we do need an enemy in order to able to actually just to make it for certain parts, so, and while at it we have to avoid a lot of birds as you saw, so, oh really? The enemy doesn't seem to appear? Okay, whatever. We'll just go ahead and well, try to aim it from, I would say up there. Although, if we manage to able to leave off screen, obviously that the enemy itself will. Oh, really? Screw you. Okay, so we'll just. I think it's probably best to wait for that enemy to able to woken up, and then we'll let him try to Okay, whatever. Thanks for that. Especially for that little knockback that I managed to able to stumble across. And I think this is where the green chest is. So, because I was expecting if I was gonna able to stumble across the red chest, but we're not exactly there yet. So, anyway, so let's see what's in here then. I don't think there's anything else we can do in this part, because obviously we do need to get ourselves the next power-up, which we won't be able to actually get that power-up until for later. So, I can assure you that we might come back for that until some point soon. But at the very least, for whatever reason, I somehow got that music coin. But, whatever, we'll just continue things on there while waiting for that little bouncy Wario to finish. There we go. Okay, so, let's see. I think we do need the Vampire Wario, if I'm assuming correctly, to able to get that the green key. So we'll just deal with all that. But what's also is kind of weird is the fact that we have to dodge garlic. So yeah, that seems kind of odd. But oh no, we're gonna have to able to let the enemy. Oh jeez, this is so much with this level. Ugh. Honestly, I'd much rather just replay through the Warped Void any day, but that's just me. And of course, we have to avoid those vampires before we're able to take the enemy to that particular part over there to able to get the green key, and I think we should be good to go. Well, assuming if we need to like get to the green chest. So, thankfully, it's not too far. I don't think. So we'll just go here, and there we go. Oh, the second chest is now done and over with for Forest of Fear. So, anyway, let's see what we got. We got ourselves the, I would say like a remote, kind of like the remote control thing. So, and I believe if we manage to like flip the switch, I believe this will actually deactivate these little warp spots. And that way we can now able to do some more stuff in the Warped Void now. So, yeah, it should be fun. So we'll probably head in there right now to, like, you know, get the next chest. And because we can now able to explore the left side of the level, so this means we can now do some more things there. So, again, there's not much else I can say, I'm afraid, apart from the fact that, well, I've already mentioned about this briefly, about, you know, until tomorrow, that one of those episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 2, one of those episodes anyway, is going to get the 10th anniversary treatment. So, and of course we're able to mention more about that until the next few days. Well, until when more episodes will be up. So, well, to be more specifically, if the later days will come. So, anyway, so in this part, I believe we need to be aiming for the green key route. So, at least if I was assuming that correctly. So, anyway, so let's bust over those little, or just trying to able to defeat those, you know, these snowy, like, bear-like enemies. And, let's head into here, and basically we just have to... Oh, really? Screw you. Although we need to use the barrel for trying to able to get rid of those little blocks, as you see. So that means we can now able to head back, and well, we can able to actually just to continue our progressioning there, such as on that same exact route from there. Here's the most annoying part. You have to do it in exactly the right moment until you're able to decide to go ahead and climb up the ladder, and then obviously that if you somehow manage to did this on the exact same time as when one of those enemies do an earthquake kind of syndrome, and there's a green chest over there, but thankfully we can able to retry as many times as we want, so it's actually not too far, I don't think. But it's just the fact that I somehow got screwed by that little those little spiky objects that just somehow gives me a knockback every once in a while. Alright, so we got ourselves the green chest, and we got ourselves this little potion thing. Oh, wait a minute. Don't tell me that it's gonna force me to go back onto... Force of Fear again! But this time around, though, they're able to actually awaken the zombies. So, yeah, we have to head back in there, aren't we? Great. Great, 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 great. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting sick of the forms of Forest of Fear level, which, yeah, to be expected to me, though, it's just tedious. But thankfully, getting to the blue chest is actually not too bad. I mean, usually he's gonna have to go to the left side, as opposed to, you know, any other portions worth noting for. So, of course, getting the blue key is required to able to become zombie. So, I suppose that will save the red chest until for later. So, assuming if we're able to try to get some of these important items, so that should be pretty much worth noting for the delta for anyway. So, anyway, so let's just go ahead and head on to, I would say, oh goodness gracious, that was close. And I think we have to aim for here, if I recall correctly. Yep, we have to aim it just about right there. And that way we get ourselves the blue key. But we're not done with this yet though, because we need to use the zombie transformation again. Except now we need to try to go ahead and go after the forms of the blue chest itself. So, and once again, much like in Castle of Illusions level, just take your time and then just don't rush at the same time. Because obviously if you do rush, then you get screwed over by, you know, keep on turning into a zombie formation. Ah, darn it! I hate when that happened right there. Especially that some of these zombies were quite close to each other. And then it'll just give me a bit more crowded and all that stuff. So, we'll try this again, and hopefully we would be able to pass this part. And hopefully that should be done for the third chest run through. For the, in my honest opinion, this is the worst level in the game, just because of the forms of a lot of tedium involved, even for the beginning section. So, yeah, because I already said this a lot. So, anyways, let's go ahead and, there we go. We've now managed to make it through and transform into a zombie Wario and hit into this little blue flame. So that way we can able to get some light. And there we go. Third chest has been completed in Forest of Fear. So, but at least thankfully we can able to do one more chest playthrough of this level. So, and it looks like we got ourselves a specific card. Although that it might not trigger anything yet, because obviously we need another card or something. But at least thankfully, kind of think about it, I think we'll do one more level. Let's head back into this level here. And because of that though, we can able to actually just, well, do some more stuff in there now. For the sake of like, well, let's just say, we'll head back into this pipe down below. Oh wait, this is the, in my honest opinion, the worst boss was actually located, but at the very least we got ourselves the music coin, which I don't think it doesn't do anything at all, throughout, every time when you're revisiting the stage. But anyways, oh god, we got to deal with the actual Robo Mice thing again, or that, I would say a mole, basically, or something like that, even though it has been like 2 days ago, since I actually last touched upon this game, so... Alright, let's see what's in here. Oh boy, we got ourselves this fun part, and that is the fact that we need to deal with the forms of a lot of enemy bouncing syndrome. And basically, it's the fact that we have to do this a lot, especially noticeable until likely whenever you get into the later chests throughout the game, and then as a result though, we have to keep on doing it, so... And I believe this is where we're gonna have to stumble across ourselves the next key or something like that, which, we'll see what happens there. Yep, there's the green key just up there. But of course, we do need to bounce on that particular enemy. And there we go. So now we just need to find the green chest. So hopefully we'll find that exponentially. So yeah, there's not much else to say. So of course, we still need able to actually just do like go for this little section over there. So anyway, so let's just go ahead and go through there, and, well, trying to toss that enemy over there. And there's that green, there's that red key, which we've technically already got, but, oh, it just leaves me out there, so what's the point of going there? But at the very least, oh wait, that's the wrong route, because that was actually the worst boss fight ever, in my opinion, just because of, you know, frustration involvement, so... Which I've no worse able to noticing this from the start, but hey, at least it's something, I suppose. So anyways, let's, you know, head back into that exactly the same, route as in the mole section, so thankfully we somehow made it, so... Anyway, so let's just go ahead and, keep on exploring for a bit, and I have no idea why I just managed to waste my time there. So I think we pretty much explored well enough, and then, yeah, I think it's probably best able to go into that pipe over there, so... And I believe this is where we stumbled across the next boss fight, so... Because I can see that little, familiar, skulls, they're trying to up to something, so here's the next boss. And basically, all I have to do is basically we need to get rid of those full skulls in those lanterns. And if you do that, then you would be able to... No! No, 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 no! Ah, we got caught. Darn it. And of course, much like the forms of that jellyfish-looking, or the octopus-looking boss fight, specifically in the likes of, I will classify for saying, much like, Scour, basically you get kicked out if you get caught. So, his name, by the way, was actually, Jam Eno. So basically it's like a ghost, Captain's Ghost, or something like that. So, yeah, again, you have to get rid of those full skulls in each lantern, and if you manage to do that, then you were able to actually just, well, defeat him. So, that's pretty much about it. But at least it thankfully did manage to took me about 2 attempts, so that should be alright. So, and there's the green chest, so there we go. Oh man, I think I need to take a break on this for a while, after the forms of a lot of frustration of, you know, Forest of Fear and stuff. But hey, at least at the very least we stumbled across ourselves the 4th, music box. So we've got 1 more music box left, until we're able to actually just well, head back into the temple. So I wonder what specific levels we might stumble across to next. Well, I can see that little whirlpool from the bottom, which actually leads us to Beneath the Waves. And that's it. Just only 1 level unlocked, so that's something, I suppose. So I suppose we should probably end things off at this point right here, so join me next time on Let's Play Wario Land 3. And that is the fact that we'll go ahead and explore the next new level, which is Beneath the Waves. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Later, fellas.